Hello, guys. So, welcome back to the live session. Today is Sunday, the 31st of October, 2021. So, we're going to talk about in today's session how to be a successful civil engineer in the UK. So, I'm going to touch upon this topic. Obviously, I'm going to share my personal experience being here in the UK for the past 16, 17 years, working as a design consultant in the industry. So, I'm going to share my personal experience here as well as you can raise any questions about civil engineering in the UK, immigration to the UK, or any other relevant content to the UK. You can ask the question in the live chat here, as well as you can call me on the WhatsApp number, which I've added in the live chat there as well. So we can have a discussion as norm. But before we get into the detail, just a disclaimer that I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm not a dictator by any means. So all I'm sharing here is based on my personal experience. So that's all I'm going to share here. Obviously, I suppose this will be helpful for those the aspirant they come to here they come to the UK for studies as well as to find a job. So this would be a successful sort of story for them as well as a journey. Obviously, when I joined my career here, there was no such platform, so I had to struggle for each individual sort of aspects, where to go from one step to the other. So let's start here. Quickly wrap up here today's topic: how to be a successful civil engineer in the UK. As I said, I'm going to share my personal experience, what I found from my experience over the years. What are the different attributes you need to have in yourself to be a successful and be a competent engineer in the UK. So the first and foremost, what I found actually is your attitude. Attitude plays a vital role in your career to be a successful career in civil engineering. By attitude, you need to have the attitude towards your colleagues, your clients, and problem solving, your technical ability. So how do you tackle all these sort of different aspects of civil engineering? That is your attitude. You need to ensure you take everyone on yourself. Basically, if you don't know something, you need to research the problems yourself before you pass on to the others. That is the main sort of attitude you need to have: a problem solving, to do sort of nature of yourself. That's how you resolve the problem. As engineer, we always tend to resolve problems, and that is day in and day out sort of problems we are facing. And that's the reason actually within the industry, you have been hired, to resolve the problem. So as long you have that attitude, can do sort of attitude, you can resolve the problems. That should be your approach, to any problems, whether you know it or you don't know it. Obviously, if you don't know it, you need to get the right sort of the links there, the right contact to ask the question. You do your research. That's how you basically tackle that. Your attitude. It's not just about the problem solving. Obviously, the next term comes about how you behave in the meetings with your clients. Basically, how you approach within the meeting. Make sure you are well prepared before the meeting. If there's relevant questions you need to be asking, you need to be well prepared beforehand before you turn up into the meeting. So that should be your attitude. Not just within a client. Obviously, the most important, you will spend most of your time within your colleagues, within the office. That's where it matters quite a lot. Basically, how you deal with your colleagues. They sit next to yourself, your seniors, your juniors. How your attitude with them are actually. So obviously, the good attitude you're keeping about your basically with your colleagues, you can get knowledge of them. Obviously, you can transfer the knowledge to your youngsters as well. That should be your attitude, and trust me, this goes a long way. Obviously, that's what I'm sharing from my personal experience. So if you keep that attitude within the environment, within the office, as well as with the clients, and the problem solving and can do sort of nature, that will lead you really a successful life as an engineer in the UK. And personally, I always basically concentrate, like the problem solving sort of side, which as said, I mean, as engineer, you should have that attitude all the time. I mean, you can resolve the problem, you take the problem and own that problem, and you bring the solution actually to the table. I mean, this is the problem and that's the solution, what you would prefer. So you give different options to the client. Basically, this is what you bring in. Basically, this is your problem, this is your solutions, which one would you prefer? So that should be your attitude to the problem solving. The next thing, a very important attributes are you to be a successful civil engineer in the UK is your CPD, continuous professional development. I mean, it obviously wherever you go in the actually in the industry, all the companies, the employers, they will stress you quite a lot on the CPD. CPD means you need to keep up to date yourself to the latest technology, to the latest information, to the latest data. That what it matters a lot actually. So you need to be like, nowadays it's everything about carbon neutral basically. So you need to be quite good at that aspects. I mean, currently that's in basically, whether you are a designer, you are a contractor, you are building something, you need to consider that sort of aspects in your design all the time. I mean, how to control the carbon, how to reduce the carbon impact on the environment. So environmental impact is currently the in sort of subject in nowadays. So as I said, I mean, CPD, it doesn't only mean basically CO2 sort of side. Obviously there is other side of it as well. Like, I mean, you can update yourself to the latest technology, to the latest softwares. You need to learn them all the time. I mean, it doesn't mean like one software and that's it. I mean, you need to just carry on with the same software. It keep updating all the time. I mean, wherever you end up yourself into, I mean, whatever employer that is, you will see actually they will be keep updating all the time. Different softwares come into picture, and you need to ensure you get that knowledge actually with the time, and keep updating yourself to catch up with actually the rest of the environment about yourself, around yourself. That is very important. So it's not as if, I mean, you learn something in your university and you just keep that. Basically, you learn everything from there. It's a never ending story. So all the time you have to read the books, the latest information on the internet from your employer. They will provide health and safety sort of issues, the environmental issues. You need to keep up to date yourself with all these and latest information there. So that will be quite important for you to be a successful engineer in the UK. CPD needs to be there all the time. And in fact, I mean, you need to keep a record of the CPD as well, so you can identify which one you need to cover within the next 12 months or so. Generally, if you are a member of the ICE institution of civil engineers, they do require for a 12 months period, you need to keep updating yourself, basically the development action plan, what you need to achieve in the next 12 months in terms of the CPD. Obviously that needs to be relevant to your job. Obviously that's going to help within your job as well, but you need to keep that record with yourself. Basically, that's how you're going to achieve that CPD, how you can keep yourself up to date within the industry. So CPD plays a really important and vital role, I mean, to be a successful in the UK industry. The third, I would say, very generic sort of, these attributes they are, but trust me, I'm trying myself, over the years, and they do work actually for myself. So I'm sure, if you bring them in yourself as well, you absorb them within yourself as well. I'm sure this is gonna work for yourself as well. So the third one is the links, basically. So with your colleagues, with your different aspects, with your clients, within meeting, you can discuss basic aspects. You can get in touch on the LinkedIn there. It keeps a long way, and trust me, the industry is quite small actually. If I compare the whole UK construction industry, trust me, over the past 15 or 16 years I've been working in the industry. So wherever I end up basically in the new project, I see faces, very familiar faces actually. So you need to make sure you make those contacts, and it makes your life quite a lot easier when you go move to the new project and you see familiar faces, the old faces there, and you already have the interaction with them in the past. That's where you keep and building up that community within yourself. And it doesn't stop there. Basically, when you need to and try to find a new job, I mean, it definitely help there as well. Like, I mean, as a references, as well as, I mean, you can discuss the other project that's coming in with the other sort of, yeah, your counterparts as well. So this is really important. The links are basically, you need to keep the link all the way through. And trust me, if I share personal sort of, yeah, experience, so I've been working for different companies, consultant, contractor in the UK. And whenever basically I leave a company with a good with a good attitude, I mean, it doesn't mean like, I mean, if I'm leaving one company and I completely cut off with that company, it doesn't basically it doesn't work for me. So that's not the attitude actually I leave with my previous employer. So that is the reason basically, if I share my personal experience, like I have worked like for companies like 3 times. So I've started with one company, I left them because of my attitude, my sort of links with that company, I joined them again and again, basically 3 4 times I've done that in my experience as well. So that's exactly what you need to do. I mean, like, yeah, in you never know in the future basically where you're going to end up, and you may need, yeah, the same employee in your future as well. So that's where it plays a really vital sort of role. Your attitude plays a vital role with the relevant sort of, yeah, people in the company. And that's where you make your successful sort of, yeah, life environment, yeah, around yourself, around your career. And these are the main sort of, yeah, three, I would say, obviously they are all interlinked, like your attitude, your CPD, and links within the community. They are pretty much, yeah, interlinked amongst themselves. But obviously, keep up as you keep yourself up to date with these sort of, yeah, these attributes, I'm sure you can be a successful civil engineer in the UK. I've done it myself in my experience, and I'm sure, yeah, if I can do it, anyone can do it there as well. But yeah, I will actually, as said, I mean, we're going to discuss about the current situation in the UK as well, from the job perspective for sure, because there's lots of question there that comes from yourself about the current sort of job scenario in the UK. But as said, I mean, you can link and share your question in the live chat there. You can call me on that WhatsApp number there as well, so we can have a chat. And as said, I mean, the from if you are following me, my videos are always encouraged. The civil engineering industry is always booming in the UK, and it doesn't stop. Basically, never by the pandemic, it didn't stop over there, and neither now, because it's now recovery stage from the pandemic, and the jobs are all over the place. Now the question is basically, the main question that comes from yourself is about, yeah, how to get the job. Actually, I know it's quite stressful, it's not easy. I mean, because it doesn't work the same way as you would expect, yeah, wherever you're from your own country. The way it works in the UK is slightly different, because they completely concentrate on your skills, what you bring to the table to the employer. I mean, simple is that. If you have the competency, if you have the relevant skills, that's where you're going to get the job. I mean, simple as that. And there's no alternative, I mean, to get a job in the UK, as long you have the right skills, the right attitude, I mean, to get the job. I mean, that's all it needs. So to get a job, simply, I mean, I generally say it's a three-step process. You need to have your right CV, the right content there in your CV. You have to have the right skills, the competency to apply for the relevant jobs, and keep consistency and perseverance. Basically, keep updating yourself, applying for the relevant jobs, and look for the future. Basically, that's how you get the job. I mean, simple as that. And so that this worked for myself for sure, and I'm sure, yeah, if you keep the same, yeah, pattern for yourself as well, so I'm sure it will work for yourself as well. As said, I mean, like, yeah, this is quite a generic sort of, yeah, the attributes which what I discussed, literally, attitude, how to be a successful in the UK. So your attitude matters quite a lot. Your CPD, yeah, is weighs quite a lot. You need to keep updating yourself, as well as your links within the community, within the industry. I mean, that plays a vital role for your future, as well as to be a successful in the environment, in the industry here. So I hope this is useful information for those, I mean, who are starting and embarking their journey in the UK industry in the UK. So I'm sure, yeah, this will be quite useful information for them. For those, I mean, who are joining now, so make sure you check and revise this video is going to be uploaded, yeah, on my YouTube channel. So you need to make sure you revise the video and just look at for the three attributes I've shared, basically to be successful in the UK as a civil engineer, what you need to go through. So let's see if who's on the messages here. So guys, I mean, I said, I mean, I have added my WhatsApp number there, so you can call me at that WhatsApp number if you got any question about your career counseling, about your study in the UK, job prospects in the UK. So I will try my best, obviously level best, I mean, how to actually resolve your problem or provide you some advice, I mean, from this end. But as I said, I mean, I'm not an immigration officer. I can't give you specific about your specific requirements, but obviously a generic information I can share that with yourselves. So as long, I mean, you have so before we move on, so let's take this call and we'll carry on. Hello brother, you're live with JK. Can I take your name and your question as well, please? Hello, can you hear me? Hello brother, I can't hear you. Brother, I can't hear you. Sorry, there was a call which I missed, or maybe someone didn't like my name or my voice, so yeah, he didn't want to speak to myself. But yeah, let's see if someone else here comments. As I said, I mean, you can call me on that number there, which I've added on the top in the live chat, so we can have a chat as well. And if you got any question, I said about the UK, study in the UK, immigration to the UK, or job prospects, and anything about civil engineering, for sure, yeah, my subject actually, so we can discuss that as well. How you can excel in the UK industry in civil engineering. So you can ask any question about these sort of, yeah, aspects. So I will try my best actually to answer your queries there. um, so let's see who's the Anuj. Sir, please turn on your your data. I think I'm on Wi-Fi, Anuj, but I will double check as well for yourself. So I presume, I mean, that was your call I missed. There we go. Yeah, we got another call. Hello, brother. You're live with JK. Can I take your name and your question, please?
Good morning, sir. Anuj.
Anuj, how are you, brother? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. I called you previously, sir. Now,
Yeah, that's,
but
that's what I thought. I saw your message there, and I thought, yeah, you must be the one actually, the first caller as always. How you getting on? How can I help you today?
sir, like you updated the list of sponsorship companies in the YouTube, but sir, I got a question from that. Most of the companies start their uh, graduate route 1 year prior, and their eligibility criteria is most of the company has masters. And but if we go to interview, and we are just in initial stage of our masters, and if they ask something about which we are not learned till then, like I'm going to interview and they ask about my second semester courses, and how can I answer, sir, there?
Right. Okay. That's a good question. Any other question, Anuj?
uh, no, sir, actually I'm going to my work. This is why
Okay.
that
Okay.
call.
I will answer that question. Yeah. Thank you very much as always. Yeah. For
One
you.
more question, sir. One more question.
Sure.
Sir, yeah, how to register with general GP NHS? Actually, I don't know about that.
Okay. I'll answer that question as well. So it's quite straightforward. Okay. Stay there. Yeah. I'll answer your question first. Yeah. Thank you very much for your call as always. Yeah. Thank you, Anuj.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice.
Thank you, Anuj. As always, yeah, you are the first caller again, and you asked the question. I mean, if you go for the interview and actually the employer they ask for something you haven't studied, you haven't finished your masters yet, and they ask for those questions. So simply, Anuj, I mean, the way it works in the interview, they won't ask you straight away in your course. Obviously you can identify in your interview straight away there, like you are in first semester or you are in second semester. it doesn't harm at all. I mean, I can share my personal experience there as well. So you can straight away there, you say you are in the first semester and I have to study this. These are the subjects which I need to study in my second semester. Simple as that. They won't ask you straight away your theoretical question. Trust me, it doesn't work that way. The way the question would be like, I mean, even the technical question, that would be like a generic sort of stuff. Yeah, the basic civil engineering. I mean, if you're going for civil engineering interview, they will ask you like, I mean, the load path from a structure. I mean, if you go 3-story structure, how the load actually transfer from the top to the bottom, which is a generic question. It doesn't need to be basically from any book, anything, as long you have the basic knowledge of civil engineering, the mechanics. So you would know basically the load transfer, yeah, from the slab, it transferred to the beams, from the beams to the column to the foundation. So this is the load path. I mean, simple as that. And also it could be like, draw me the bending moment and shear force diagram for a simply supported beam or a continuous beam, which doesn't need to be from the theory book. Basically, you need to study. As long you have these basic skills, trust me, that's all it needs for the graduate role. So you don't need to masters basically everything. That's generally I say in my sort of all my videos as well. As long you have the basic knowledge of civil engineering, I mean, to go for graduate role, that's all it matters. So it doesn't matter basically whether you are in first semester or last semester. It doesn't matter at all. I can share my personal experience. When I applied for my first job, I started my second semester, so it was February 2006. I still remember that, and I was still in my second semester, and I went for the interview. And trust me, they only they asked, I mean, how what you're studying basically. So obviously straight away I clarify that I'm in my second semester. After that, I will have a project. Basically, say I need to do the dissertation, and then I will be free. I mean, to join them if that is the case. So it went straight away from there, and the question was, as I said, I mean, simply as these ones, like, I mean, the generic sort of question. There was I still remember the technical questions was like about the bending moment, shear forces, as well as there were a bit of a question about the surveys and leveling as well, the backside, the actually the front side, backside sort of reading, and the height of collimation. These were the questions which I completely lost now, the touch with survey. But this was the about the question, technical question I had. They asked me that time, and it was a successful interview, my first ever interview. I said, I mean, and they give me an offer straight away there, and they after the interview they asked me basically when I can join them. So obviously I told them before that, yeah, I'm still in second semester. So they have given me the actually the option, whenever you complete your degree, so you can come and join the company. So it does happen that way. So that's where I generally say, so you need to keep trying from the very start of your career, basically your study. I mean, keep trying for applying for these jobs. Obviously it doesn't necessarily means that you will get, yeah, on the first interview you will get the job, but at least you will know the experience. I mean, what to expect from the next sort of interview. So that build up your confidence, your experience as well. So don't expect that you will get your job from your first interview. Don't expect that at all. I would say go for your experience to get a knowledge, I mean, what to expect from next, so you can prepare a bit more actually for the next stage. Obviously you can't join the company before your completion of studies, for sure. You have to complete your studies. That is the main aim. I mean, you're coming here, I mean, to get a degree, and after that, I mean, you can join the company. But obviously it doesn't harm, I mean, if you apply whenever you during the studies, you can still apply for the jobs. So I hope, Anuj, I have justified the answer there. The next question was for how to register with the GP, which is non-relevant to the actually civil engineering. But obviously, I mean, as a student, you come here, this is the very important part. Actually, you need to register with the GP. Obviously, there is emergency services available, 999 or 111. You can call those numbers as well, which in emergency cases, I mean, you can go there. But obviously, for general practitioner, a general problem, like if you have any medical sort of issue, you need to register yourself a specific GP in your area. And actually, the way GP works, they have the catchment area, so you can only register wherever your address is. So along that area, you can basically register with your local GP. And the way you register, you call them or ask for the form. Actually, you need to fill the form, and they will ask you about the proof of address. And I believe, I mean, that's all it needs. Obviously, you will have the and the as a student as well, you are eligible to basically put the details, add the details to the form there. You add the information there to the form and submit it basically either by hand personally, or you can post them to the GP as well. And that's it. I mean, you get a register, simple as that. So it doesn't need to be really sort of hard and fast sort of requirements there. It's simply ask for the form, call, first of all, just figure out here from the Google your local GP sort of surgery, and you can get a number from there. Call them and ask for the form. Basically, you need to register yourself as a student. They will send you the form at your home address, or if it's just local, you can go there and pick up the form there as well from the reception, and you can fill the form, simple form, and you can add your contacts there, the emergency contacts, your address there, and that's as simple as that. And whenever you need actually requirements to see the GP, the doctor, you need to call again reception and to book your appointment. Simple as that. So it's not complicated stuff there. I'm sure you have done the hard bit. You started your studies here, Anuj, so you can sort out these simple stuff along the way. I hope this was useful. So let's go on to the question from Muhammad Subhani. I'm from India. I have completed BE in civil engineering. I'm working as civil engineer in Tamil Nadu, India. I'm looking for a job in UK. Now I'm applying for graduate civil engineers. It's not complete. So can I secure a job? Is that the question? Can I secure the job as a graduate? So Muhammad Subhani said, okay, passed out May 2021. So obviously, looking at your, like, I mean, you're a fresh graduate, Muhammad. I can see, I mean, like, there's lots of similar question that comes actually from yourself from the overseas, sort of, pass outs. Whether you can apply directly for graduate roles in the UK. Unfortunately, I should say, it doesn't work for graduates because the main reason, obviously, is quite obvious. I mean, the visa, they call it skilled worker visa. Obviously, if you come here to the UK on a job, basically the way you are questioning here, apply for the job. So you're coming on a job basically base, so skilled worker visa base. So you need to show the skills as started. Basically, you need to have the skills there. So without experience, obviously, you won't have that skills, the competency. So it won't be literally feasible actually for the employer to get you enrolled, even for the interview. I'm sure, that will be the case. So unfortunately, it's not simple, straightforward, especially for the youngsters to apply directly for the jobs. I generally say actually the easy route for the graduates, actually the one they completed the BE sort of civil engineering like yourself. You can come here as a for a master's degree, and that pave your way actually into the industry, in the UK industry basically. So you do your master's here in 1 year, and then you are eligible to apply for your relevant job. So obviously, as a graduate, when you are in the UK, so you can apply straight away. It doesn't require any other sort of formalities here within the UK. Obviously, you need to be competent again. You need to have the relevant CV, the right CV, the right skills again to apply. But at least the immigration side is out of the way when you are already here in the UK. So unfortunately, Muhammad, is not a good answer what you were looking for, but it's not feasible to apply for graduate roles from outside the UK. Next question is from Krishna Kandel. I want to master in civil engineering at West London University. Will it worth it? Can I find their job? I have 1 year experience as site engineer. Does it worth it? Definitely, yeah. Masters in the UK worth it. I mean, if I look at my personal experience, I've been in the UK for 16, 17 years now, and I did masters here. I came with no experience from my home country, so I came straight to do my masters, and I found my way actually into the industry, and I'm quite happy actually where I am, with experience, with the knowledge, and actually the opportunities you get within the UK. So definitely, when I look back, basically, did it worth it? Basically, coming here to the UK over the years. I mean, if I look back actually over the decade, definitely it's worth it. It's a different experience for sure. You won't experience back at home. I mean, it will be a different scenario back at your home. Even if you get a job, that would be a different experience. But looking at the from the international, multinational sort of perspective, you will find the companies. I mean, the great sort of companies like the likes of AECOM, Atkins, Arup. I mean, these are multinational. They actually evolve everywhere around the world, basically wherever you go, and that makes a good impression on your CV. If you in your CV you AECOM, and wherever around the world you go, actually anyone can see actually you work for AECOM. They know actually you work for one of the best actually consultants in the world. So that's how I see it. And it does help actually around the world as well. If you have someone, yeah, like these companies on your CV, and you apply somewhere else actually, and other countries as well, so obviously you got that impression that you work for the multinational companies around the world. And it's worth, yeah, basically trying that for sure. Will you get a job? Guys, I mean, I tried this so many times. Basically, will you get a job after completion of your studies? Obviously, there's two ways to look at it. I mean, if you know how to get a job in the UK, I mean, it is a skill, I should say. It is a skill to get a job in the UK. It's not about your sort of completion of your masters. It doesn't matter. I mean, whether you got a masters or you got a B Eng or you Meng. I mean, it doesn't matter at all completely. That's out of the question that you will do masters and you will get a job. Completely out of the question. The way actually it works, obviously the only way, the masters I generally say recommend for yourself is that makes you your way into the industry here, because that makes you eligible to apply for the job. Is your interview. I mean, that long, I mean, you have the basic skills to apply for the graduate roles here. You have the right CV, you will get a job call, basically interview call, and then you go through the interview. And as long, I mean, you express your experience there, your knowledge there, your skills, what the employer needs for you from yourselves, that's where you get the job. So in terms of whether you're going to get basically do the masters and you will get straight away job, that's out of the question. It doesn't matter whether you are BEng degree, BSc degree, or MEng or a master's degree. It doesn't matter at all. So it completely out of question when it comes to basically the applying for the job. So I hope this clarifies that anomaly there. I will get a job after completion of studies. So Krishnan, I want to do masters in civil engineering at West London. Will it worth it? Okay, I'll cover that. Krishna, I'm from Nepal. Okay, good to know Nepal. So I have, yeah, lots of friends here from Nepal as well. So good to know you are from Nepal. Another friend, yeah, to the tally there. So Mohammed Smile, thank you, sir. Krishnan, will you help to find the job when I reach UK? I generally say basically, if I know the guys, I mean, well, upside down. Obviously, you need at some point you will need references. So as long, I mean, I know you personally, your experience, your background, and when it comes to references, I have provided references for league. So it doesn't stop me there actually. If you're someone basically I know, and I know you more, basically, like for instance Anuj is one of actually my subscribe. I said, I mean, he called, yeah, this morning as I know him for quite a long time, so I understood actually his experience. I mean, what he's studying now, and obviously in the future. I mean, it comes to the reference there, and if he needs, yeah, a job reference somewhere, I will definitely help him as well as yourself, if I know you more basically about your experience. I mean, what you've been going through in your studies, as well as their basic. Obviously, I don't want to lie for sure, so I need to give the right reference. I mean, to the employer. It doesn't feel good basically if I give a positive reference to someone, and down the line the employer found out no, that was a wrong impression. Actually, what I've given you, the wrong sort of reference there. So obviously, I don't want to get myself into trouble either. I have really, I said, I mean, a really good relationship within the industry here in the UK. So I don't want to ruin my sort of reputation here. As long I know you, you yourself. So for sure, yeah. If needs to that sort of stage, yeah, I need that. You need a reference. Definitely, I will try, yeah, my best, whatever I can from my end. Next question is from Muhammad Ismadi. I studied civil engineering in bachelor's and earthquake engineering masters in Iran, and now I'm student of engineering management in one of University of London as a second master. I had some experience in civil engineering in Iran. My question is, how can I find job after graduation 2022? Uh, the same question, Muhammad. I've literally answered. Like, I mean, you good sort of master's level. You got the theory behind yourself already. You're doing masters again here, so it's quite good to know you at your pocket basically. What you need to concentrate now is your CV. I mean, that plays the vital role, because that's the only way you represent yourself to the employer. So as long you have the right CV, you will get the interview call. Interview will be straightforward, like, I mean, the basic skills, basic sort of technical, non-technical skills. I mean, that's all matters. So as long you have those sort of skills there, trust me, I mean, it's no hard. I have done it. Lots of people around me, they have done it the same way. I would say concentrate on your skills. I mean, like, yeah, I said technical skills. It doesn't need to be the master level. Like, I mean, you need to be really sort of competent in everything, in every field. As long you identify your niche. I mean, you're going into the civil engineering. Obviously, earthquake, it doesn't basically it doesn't work in the UK as such, because we don't have any sort of earthquakes here in the UK. So you need to ignore the earthquake the least, and if you're working in the UK. But civil engineering management, definitely you got a scope there. And obviously, I mean, like, yeah, I said, I mean, your CV plays the vital role. That's where you're going to get the interview sort of calls and interview. You need to ensure you have the right sort of skills. Whatever you're applying for, you need to check the description there, what the employer needs from yourself. As long you prepare yourself for that sort of output, I'm sure, yeah, you're gonna get the job there. And as said, I mean, it's always in civil engineering, is always in the demand, and there will be lots of opportunities around. And you are best placed in London as well, so I'm sure, yeah, you will find quite a lot of interesting jobs around there. It's quite a busy time for engineers out there in London, so I'm sure you will find your way. But as said, I mean, like, yeah, concentrate on your CV and your skills to apply for the job. Okay, so keep coming, Muhammad Ismail. Actually, I think my age 33 and doesn't have fluent English language may be barrier for me. It does actually, when you start your career, it does feel like, I mean, you have the barrier of language. But I believe, I mean, if you start like as a civil engineer, obviously everyone has to start from the bottom basically to move up. And personally, I was exactly in the same position. Age doesn't matter. Completely ignore your age. I mean, what your age is, as long, I mean, you have the right skills, the competency, the language. Obviously, with the time, try to speak as much as possible. That's the only way you can improve your language there. But obviously, with your technical skills, if you have the technical skills, I'm sure, yeah, engineering is a field where you can avoid even the language barrier there as well. Obviously, as long you go in the technical sort of side, it doesn't require too much sort of language skill there. But obviously for the management, if you're going into construction management, it will need, yeah, improving your language barrier there. So before you jump into the engineering sort of management side, make sure you have that basically skills, yeah, brushed up as well. But otherwise, I mean, technical skills, I don't see, I mean, there should be any issue. I mean, as long you complete your masters in the UK, I'm sure, yeah, you are good enough, I mean, to speak, and good enough knowledge there, I mean, to transfer your knowledge within the company as well. So don't basically stress that as your negative there. Obviously, there's always room to improve yourself. So it doesn't matter. I mean, don't get that in your head that you have that sort of, yeah, the language barrier. Obviously, it's always, we as a foreigners always had that sort of, yeah, an edge. Basically, we have that barrier there. But obviously, with the time, as said, I mean, with the time, and also, yeah, the more you speak, the more you learn. Basically, that's simple as that. But as said, if you start your career with civil engineering, your technical sort of side, it doesn't harm at all, basically, whether you know English or not. So I hope this helps. Okay. And I'm worried about skillful visa after 2 years. Is it possible to successful to get it? Right. Okay. So the actually skillful visa, I believe, I mean, you were talking about the PSW there, it's a post study work visa, or skill worker visa. No, it's a PSW. Sorry, the post study work visa, which you're gonna get after completion of your studies. So it doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, if you get a job within that 2 years, even after 1 year of PSW, you need to switch over to your skilled worker visa. Once you started your career, your job, your initial sort of step, that is the hardest. Trust me. After that, you get a tag. Basically, you work for a UK company already. The doors is going to open all along, and basically you're going to get the jobs there. I'm sure, yeah, once you have actually the crack the first job, that is the important bit. After that, it's going to open the door all along there. And I'm sure after PSW, and even within the PSW, if you get an opportunity to switch over, that would be the best choice actually, to get onto the PR sort of stage, so you can straight away switch over to skilled worker visa. Chetan, hello sir, sorry for being late. I hope you are doing well. Nice to see you again. Thank you, Chetan. Nice to see you as well. Mohammed Subhani, sir, can I get a job after attaining some experience in India? Example, after 2 years, can I apply, get opportunity from here? Brother, I mean, to get a job in the UK from overseas for the skilled worker visa, I should say the minimum 5 years experience. The reason I'm saying that, because they're competent people here in the UK, and they will get basically priority for sure if you're applying from outside. So as long you have the right skills, the right competency, at the least for 5 years, so you can show basically you are more, yeah, better than, yeah, what we have here in the UK, and that's the only way you can get the skilled worker visa. Next question is from Kama Suhel. How are you, brother? I'm very well, thank you, Kama. Muhammad, thank you very much. Thank you, brothers. And I hope, I mean, we had a really good session. Thank you, brothers. I hope you had a lovely weekend today. And as always, if you got any questions, I mean, during the week, obviously this live sessions only happens on Sunday. You can follow me on the LinkedIn, as well as you can question on the WhatsApp groups. Generally, I add the link into my YouTube channel videos as well, as well as you can actually comment on any of the videos actually on my YouTube channel. And if you need personal sort of, yeah, level sort of counseling of your career, I do provide actually one-to-one session. And to join that one-to-one session, all you need to do is on any of my videos, next to the subscribe button, there will be next to, yeah, actually join. You can click on the join there, and a one-to-one session, you can book a one-to-one session there, as long you are there. So I will arrange a one-to-one session with yourself as well. And that's personally your choice. If you need basically guidance or career counseling, or choosing the right subject, or yeah, if you are confused about that sort of matters, I can help with that at your personal level. Obviously, I need to understand you a lot more before we get into that one-to-one session. But if you are interested, it's worth yeah checking that sort of link there as well. And you can check yeah the previous one-to-one session with other colleagues as well, and you can have an idea actually what to expect from one-to-one session with myself. So with that note, thank you, brothers. I really enjoyed myself. Let's take the final question. Are there any training institutes there to give some software skills? Brother, software skills, they're I won't recommend at all. Generally, like I mean, for softwares, I mean, you need to learn yourself. Generally, when you come for masters as well, you will have a software. Basically, there will be in master's level. I mean, they would teach you one of the software, which generally actually to be applicable in your sort of job as well. But it depends on the company. The companies have so many softwares. Every company have different softwares. That's where I started actually, or how to be a successful civil engineer. You need to keep up to date yourself with the CPD, which is continuous professional development, and software is one of them. So you need to keep update yourself. I mean, software skills, trust me, I never had any formal training on any of softwares, but if I sit on one of the software within a couple of days or 3 days, actually, just looking at the help of is always available there on the softwares as well. You can learn quite easily, obviously, with your colleague as well in your company. I mean, they will teach you and they will help you as well along the way. So as such, I mean, there's no institution as such. I mean, I would recommend, if I'm honest, I mean, to get these software skills. But the problem is, I mean, there's so many softwares, you can't get all the softwares. Yeah, basically get the knowledge of all the softwares. Generally, you will get the software knowledge wherever the company you join them, they would have a specific suite of yeah softwares which you need to learn basically. And during the job, that will guide you as well. If you need help, obviously, if needed, they can put you on the training there as well. So I generally say don't spend time basically or spend your money just getting these sort of software skills from any institution. You will learn with the time those ones. So I hope, Chetan, that works for yourself. Thank you, brothers. And I have to shoot off actually now, and really enjoyed my session. I will upload this session on my YouTube channel. So if you missed the early part, yeah, how to be a successful civil engineer, the three attributes I've shared: your attitude, your CPD, and your links within the community. I mean, that matters the law. If you want the details, start of the video, actually, you can find out more about all these main attributes, what you need to be, what you need in yourself, basically, these attributes to be a successful in civil engineering in the UK. I hope to see you next week, and I hope you have a lovely weekend with your family and friends. Thank you.